What's up? Black men need to stop giving all their energy to passive behavior disguised as active behavior. Now, this heavily goes into religion and belief in God and how it can be used to make you passive, but you think you're doing something. Now, I think a lot of the times this is a weapon that the enemy uses to make us not take any action in life. And I think what we really need is people coming together, organization, and we need to, have a revolution. And I remember that I was talking to one of my cousins and we were talking about voting and politics and all this type of stuff. And one thing that I understood is that there's so many things in life that make us think we're doing something about it, right? When in reality, we have to really act on what we want to do more than putting trust in other people to do it for us, right? And it really takes a community of people having one mind in order to make true change because it can't start with one leader, right? It can't, it can't, one man can't do anything. One man can't do much. But a group of people who have the exact same mind can do a lot. So I would say in the black community with black men, we have to start understanding that it's about coming together and getting out of a mindset of appointing one person as a leader, but more placing people as a collective mind and we're acting as one person, even though we might be 100 or 1,000 or 1,000,000 people. And this heavily goes into how a lot of things are passive behavior, but the system created it in a way where we think that we're doing something about our situation when in reality we're given the illusion that we're doing something about it when in reality they're the ones that's actually taking action on what they want to do, right? And we have to really understand what it really means to gain and to have power. And I think one day there will be a revolution. And when I was talking to my cousin, he kept saying, "Oh, it can't be two governments at the same time." And I kept bringing up revolution and revolution and revolution. And I had to really look up the definition of the word revolution. And it's basically when one power takes over an existing power. And I think that I don't know if I'm going to be the man that's going to create the revolution, but I think that I'm definitely going to be a part of it. And I'm not saying that a revolution has to always be violent or always has to be super brutal, but if it goes down that road, then it will go down that road, and I'll be a part of it. And one thing that I'm understanding is that I want to be a part of people who are more radical, but also they use their mind more. They're not erratic and crazy in the mind where they just act on anything, commit violence, do all this type of stuff just to throw everything out of balance, like it's um apocalypse or something. But I definitely want to be a part of a group of people that are committed to actual change, and we're not acting in a place where there's one leader, right? And I understand it has to be hierarchy to an extent, but the point that I'm trying to get across is that one person can't do it. One person can't think for 100 people. One person can't think for 1,000 people. Really, everybody has to think for themselves and then come together. And then that's when we become one mind. And when we become one mind, we're a collective person, right? We're a collective person. And I think that that's the goal that I want to go towards. That's how I look at us really becoming more sovereign over our people. And it's not just about black people, it's about everybody, but it's about correcting things that were meant to be against a certain group of people, which in this case, black people. And I think that I think I'm a person who doesn't really view myself super political, but I do want to be a part of something in this world that that causes change and is on the right side of getting things in a place where nobody's being abused, where nobody, or at least my people, aren't the people who are the victim, or they're at the mercy of other people, right? Because at the end of the day, I'm not racist. I care about everybody, but that's something I can God. That's a different part I can go into, but I think the main thing that I'm trying to point out is that if you want to do something in your life, if you want to be a part of something in your life, make sure it's actionable. Make sure it's actually resulting in real change. And that's something that I haven't entirely figured out in my own life, but that's something that I can identify and understand that that is the real solution. The real solution isn't operating within a system. To me, the real game changer is going to be when you create your own system, and that system is the system now. It's not the previous system. That system takes over the other system, right? And that is something that i'm that I'm that I want to be a part of, and that's why I believe I have a mission to help black men come together and to love each other and to help each other and to really help us prosper and build each other up and be sovereign over each other, and to really in all aspects help us elevate, right? But I also care about, you know, all people to an extent, but I think that that is something that is necessary in this time purely because we have a we live in a world that is very real. It's not fairy tale. It's not a place where it's just thoughts all day and people are just thinking about stuff. No, it's real action being taken. It's real violence happening. It's real things that are just happening in this world that you can't sit back and operate within how they want you to operate, so that you are a nobody and you're not doing anything, and you're not putting in any investment for real change. You're not a part of anything that's really moving the needle. I think that when you look at the government, you understand that this is something that was created for us to be in, not for us to tear down, right? And I believe with a revolution one day, which I don't know what day that might be, but I know it will happen at some point. We're going to get to a point where, there's going to be a new order. There's going to be um, a new government, a new system, right? So that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.